Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and we're going inside the war room with the Washington Redskins. We're going to take a look at their team needs to see what players could be possible targets to fill those needs. But first, let's take a look at the upcoming selections the Redskins have in this year's draft.
The Washington Redskins have 7 selections in the 2013 draft. They don't have a first-round pick. They traded that last year to move up to get RG3 in a move that paid off tremendously. Now let's take a look at some of their team needs entering the draft. As you can see, a lot of them are on the defensive side of the football, in particular the secondary. They got to get better in the back half of their defense if they want to move forward this season. So let's take a look at the 7-round mock draft. Starting in the 2nd round, pick 51, I'm giving them Bakari Rambo out of Georgia, a free safety that hits like a strong safety but has outstanding ball skills, tremendous range. I think this will go a long way in helping these guys improve their defensive pass coverage. In round 3, I'm giving the Redskins Leon McFadden out of San Diego State. I'm a big fan of his game. Reminds me a lot of Ray Buchanan that used to play for the Atlanta Falcons and Indianapolis Colts. Same type of game, physical and also the ability to come away with interceptions. Round 4, I have them picking up a wide receiver, Kobe Hamilton. This is a guy that stands 6'1", 209, but plays like he's 6'4", 225. Reminds me a lot of Terrell Owens in the way he looks to score once he has that football in his hands. Here's why I have Denard Robinson going to the Washington Redskins. Football is an easy game. Your job as an offensive coach is to outmatch up your opponent. Denard Robinson's skill sets allow you to do that in so many ways. Here's a guy that can play receiver. He can line up in the backfield. He can line up in the slot. You can get creative with him in your offensive packages. Think about what made him successful at Michigan. Broken field and open field running. That right there tells me day one he can start as a kickoff returner and a punt returner. You can utilize him and RG3 in the backfield at the same time. Give defensive coordinators headaches trying to figure out how you're going to utilize Denard Robinson, and it makes you that much more tougher to defend. Let's continue to build depth in that Redskins secondary by giving them Rod Sweeting out of Georgia Tech. Here's a guy that's very physical as well, similar to Leon McFadden and what he can bring to the table in bump press. Also has underrated ball skills. So you want guys in the back half of your defense that can come away with turnovers. The Redskins need depth at their inside linebacker position. That's why Kevin Reddick makes a lot of sense right here out of North Carolina. Here's a guy that's 6'1", 243. He actually may go higher than what I have him listed here in my mock draft, but this would be a great fit for that Redskins defensive front 7. Mike Shanahan always takes a running back in the draft, and I'm going to give him Dennis Johnson out of Arkansas. Here's a guy, 5'7", 196, a jitterbug. Excellent footwork. If you guys can remember back, Steve Broussard that played at Washington State and also played for the Atlanta Falcons, that's who he reminds me of. He's another one of these guys that can help you out instantly on returns. Now let's recap the Redskins selections in my 7-round mock draft. I think they made out like bandits. You look at the upgrades in the secondary with Bakari Rambo, Leon McFadden, Rod Sweeting, and you look at the explosiveness that we've added on offense with Kobe Hamilton, Denard Robinson, and Dennis Johnson. So overall, I think I did a fine job trying to upgrade the Redskins depth chart, making these guys that much more dangerous in 2013. And I want to give a huge shout out to Redskins fan forums for always showing football game plan support.